What's up, everybody? King of FOMO here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Follow my Telegram channel, t.me/KingofFomo1, as well as the chat, especially if you have questions. In this video, I'm going to talk about the profitability of yield farming. Is that 60,000% really possible? And we'll also talk about gas fees and how to kind of get around that. I know a lot of people are asking questions about that. So first of all, yield farming right now is extremely expensive. It's one of the most expensive things that I've done in crypto, and it's one of the biggest risks that I've kind of really taken because it takes a ton of funds to make it profitable, and a ton of your funds are at risk because, as you guys know, smart contracts that are not audited can just drain completely or have a flaw where you can't withdraw your funds. But with all that being said, if you can get over this fact that the smart contract is unaudited, you can make a ton of cash, a ton of crypto from using these yield farming platforms. So just to show you guys some numbers before I get into kind of how to do this and what to do. As you can see here, the number of Yuno that I'm earning is increasing every single couple seconds. So every time that number increases by 1, I'm making about $2.77. And that number is increasing by 1 on a secondly basis. So every couple seconds, I say about every 3 seconds, I'm making $2.70. Now with Yuno, it's kind of really interesting because I actually got in here pretty cheap. I talked about it on my channel. Look at that. So it's up to 69. That's that much more times $2.70, and the amount that I spent to get in here was actually not a extreme, exorbitantly crazy amount. It was only a couple $1,000s to get into Yuno and start earning what you're seeing right here. Now Sushi also has extremely good rates, but they're not even close to Yuno right now. So I've spent extremely higher, way higher amounts on Sushi Swap, and I'm still getting a really nice return on here. So you can see that every couple of seconds that this ticks up, I'm making 1 or 2 or 3 sushi from this pool, and I'm actually in 2 pools, so I can't show you both at the same time. But with this, every single one is equal to about $8. So, I'm making about $8 every couple seconds from here as well. Pairing that with $2.74 every couple seconds here as well, you guys can see how profitable this thing can be if you leave this on for a couple hours. I even had somebody who attempted this, gave up, and still came out on top with an extra $300 because he couldn't get it working, which is extremely good. Now again, I've talked about the risks before. The demand, like theoretically, the demand should not meet the supply, or the supply should not meet the demand. One of those ways. The supply should be way too high, and the demand should be way too low, which should drive the price down, theoretically. But that's not happening in the current moment right now. That's why you're seeing such high numbers and such high amounts going into here. And that's also why you're seeing gas prices so incredibly high. So just to let you guys know, to get to this point, even though I put in what I would consider to be not a huge amount in Yuno, I still spent about $500 on gas in the past hour and a half. Now, why did I do that? Because it paid off within the first 15 or 20 minutes or even an hour of me being in just this platform alone. It has paid off. And now I'm in a really interesting situation where I don't actually have to buy anything. All of these things all of what I'm messing with can be passive profits. And it's also the reason why I bought EM, because these platforms can really work together, at least in the beginning times here. Because in this pool right here, I can claim Yuno. And what do you need to stake in this pool? You need Sushi and Yuno. So I'm earning Sushi. I'm earning Yuno in this. I can claim that. And then over here on Sushi Swap, I'm earning Sushi. I can claim that. So what am I actually spending on Yuno from here on out? $0. I'm using all passive, pure profits to kind of increase my standing in here if I wanted to do that. Now, I'm not going to do that on a regular basis because gas prices will still destroy me, but maybe not too much, because I can really increase the earnings I can make in Yuno, and then I can increase the earnings I can make in Sushi, and that is where the power of compounding comes in this space. And that's why I don't think gas prices are going to go down anytime soon, but they will eventually once this stuff becomes less profitable, which will happen eventually. So those are just kind of the numbers that you guys can look at, and people ask me, or continue to ask me, should I farm or should I just buy the coin? The coin does have the potential to go up a lot in value, but you stand to make a ton more. So it's a much higher risk because you're putting in a ton to even get started in here, but it's going to be a much higher reward if you farm. Whereas if you're buying the token, I mean, you can get a potentially easy 5x but you're going to be making more from farming the token, and it's going to be passive, and it's going to be worry free at a certain point in time. So those are just some things to consider. Now, other things to note here: gas prices are like super high. And the last thing that you want to do is do a transaction and get it to be stuck for days, or do a transaction and get it to fail and cost you $40. So when you're doing transactions here, so let me just show you guys this for example. I'm not actually going to do this because I'm going to wait a little bit longer. But if I wanted to claim this, I can click on claim. MetaMask is going to come up and it's going to give me a suggestion that I pay $28. Now, normally what you would do is you would edit this. You would make sure that it's on fast. And now it says it's $28.73. Sometimes it starts on average. And normally that'd be good and you can click confirm, but that's not good enough right now. So because people are outbidding you, they know that other people are doing this. The smart whales are spending way more on gas than what Uniswap or than what MetaMask is recommending they spend. So what you can do if you want to get your transactions to confirm fast, if you're trying to get into this really quickly and maximize your returns, you can go to edit. This time go up to where it says advanced. Your gas limit, you're going to want to change that to a higher amount. Now, I think like a close to guaranteed gas limit that will almost always work is 300,000, and you'll see that right now that's $28 to do that with 200,000. So if I change this to 300,000, it's going to go up to $42.33 to do that transaction. And on top of that, if you want that's just to get the transaction to not fail, because your transactions will fail if your gas limit is not high enough. And particularly, you want to be concerned about that when you're interacting with complex smart contracts like this one. If you're just sending crypto, usually the normal interface will work. You don't have to go to this advanced section, but that's just to make it so that it doesn't fail. To make it go actually faster, you actually have to increase the GUI even more than what Uniswap recommends. So you can go to like 330 or 340, and that's going to bring my price up to $44, and that should confirm within about maybe 2 to 3 minutes because of the competition. Now, if you do that, you're adding to the problem. So gas prices are never going to go down if you keep doing that. If you're patient, you can do the lower amount and wait, or you can just be priced out and wait until gas prices go down altogether. But that's the reason why gas prices are going up, is because people are doing this. They're outbidding each other. They're paying upwards of $40, maybe tomorrow it'll be $50 to get these transactions to go through before everybody else. And everybody else is failing because the miners are obviously going to ignore your transaction if it's $20. If somebody else's is $40, they're just going to take that one instead. So that's the reason why gas prices are like this. But like I said, once things become less profitable, people are going to stop doing this. It's not going to be worth it, and the gas prices will decrease. I don't know when that's going to be. So hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of clarity. Now, kind of what I do from here on out, since I don't really have to worry about trading anymore. I did sell most of the coins that I recently purchased. Now, what I have to do is a couple things. Number one, I have to worry about these things like exit scamming. With Yuno, I really don't care that much because I got in here super early, and I'm willing to lose what I put in. It really wasn't that much because I got in so early. But what I have to worry about is when do I click on that button, and that's kind of the math that I do here. So 125 or 129 Yuno tokens. If I claim that, I know that that's going to be somewhere around maybe double that amount. So I'm going to look at somewhere like $250 minimum, and then I check the gas fees and I say, well, if that's gas fee, I'm going to multiply that by 2 because I have to actually sell that and I have to claim on 2 pools. So that's where you got to really determine whether or not it's going to be worth you pressing that gas fee button and increasing all that stuff. So hopefully that clears things up. And then the last thing I'm going to go over is, so many people are asking, how do I do this? And I've given tons and tons and tons of tutorials on how to do this. And usually people don't watch this late in the video, so they're probably not even watching this. They're going to ask me in my chat anyway. If you want to participate in Yuno or in SushiSwap, then what you need to do is go to farm. You need to decide which pairing you're going to get. Yuno and Sushi, Yuno and Band, Yuno and SUSD, Yuno and Ethereum. Then you need to go to Uniswap. You need to click on trade, and then you need to buy half. You need to buy whatever amount in Yuno. So if you buy 20 Ethereum worth of Yuno, buy that 20 Ethereum worth of Yuno. And if you're going to use this pair, you also need an additional 20 Ethereum. You need to add that liquidity on Uniswap, add liquidity to get the tokens. Then you come back here, then you farm it and you stake it, and then you can make some funds with that. that is everything for today, guys. Again, I don't know, like, make sure that you guys look at the description, because sometimes these videos, like, I know in times like this, when things are moving really, really fast, these videos can expire really, really quickly. So, like, if you're watching this tomorrow or next week, Yuno could be dead and gone. It could be worth pennies. So always, like, follow the recent news if you're watching an older video. That's everything for today, guys. Get to the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.